Hello everybody, I want to do some more pages in my Daphne's Diary magazine journal today. So, this is the journal I started a week or so ago. I'll leave the link to the video showing how I made the journal and the first few pages in the description box below. But before I get started, I've received issue number 3 of the 2022 magazines. So let me just give you a flip through. Look at the beautiful colours. Daphne's Diary is celebrating 10 years. This is the front and this is the back. Absolutely beautiful. So let me just give you a very quick flip through. I'm not going to waffle on too much about this, but I will point out some of the pages that I particularly like. For instance, I love this one here. Maybe we could use this as some kind of a background. The colours, as always, are just absolutely gorgeous. Images like this are just absolutely perfect for cutting up and using for journal pages. The balloons, perhaps. This image here is just delightful. This is a beautiful page as well, so maybe we can try and incorporate this. It might be a bit too big for my journal, but we'll see. We've also got these cake boxes. I would not use these as boxes, but I'll put my thinking cap on and see if there is perhaps a way that we can incorporate these. Just look at these cookies. These are sort of like the iced biscuits that we used to have as kids for special events like birthday parties and things like that. Let's have a look, and you see this typewriter image here would be absolutely perfect. We've got lots of recipes. You see, images like this are just absolutely perfect for using in your journals. We've got this bird here on a tree, blossom tree. The lavender, all of these would just be gorgeous to use. Maybe we could put cut out some of these to use as borders. Again, another beautiful image here. These 2 pages here are just absolutely beautiful. I love the cockerel. And again, sort of pages like this, the colours, you can paste over the writing, but these, just add lots of interest to your journal pages. The beautiful confetti here. We've got some stickers. They're calling them gift tags. Isn't that just beautiful? But again, things like this are just absolutely perfect for using. The beautiful border here, the butterfly. We've got another butterfly here, so we can fussy cut some of these images out. The little birds, just so sweet. This image here is catching my eye. Again, things like this, these are absolutely great for fussy cutting as well. The beautiful flower here, that's gorgeous. And this page. That's a beautiful page as well. Peggy Portion Cakes. Oh gosh, I wish we had a cake shop like that here in Worcester. Isn't that a beautiful cake as well? I'm not a cake baker, I have to say. I haven't got a particularly sweet tooth either, if I'm perfectly honest. These flowers here would be absolutely wonderful to use. You could fussy cut things like this out. Got a teapot here. Beautiful images in this magazine. Just look at that page there. Isn't that gorgeous? Some of these images might be quite fun to use. Just absolutely love the peacocks. And again, these are just absolutely perfect for fussy cutting. We've got another gift box by the looks of things. And then this is the poster. What's going on here? We seem to have two of these. Let's have a look. So this is the poster that's included in this month's magazine. That is just absolutely beautiful. Now, these posters are just too big to use, but you could cut elements of them. I mean, just look at some of these beautiful designs. We've got this gold or bronze bug here as well, which is quite interesting. So let me just try and fold this up. And then we've got another one here. Oh, hang on a minute. Is that the same? That's the same. I think this is a mistake in my journal. I think this one has been accidentally bound into the journal. So I've got 2 of these, so I am not complaining. Just look at this gorgeous image here. The girl in the flower. Another one here, absolutely beautiful. And I love the text as well. I did a project a few weeks ago where I painted some watercolour flowers on some of the text from Daphne's Diary magazines, and that turned out really well. I've got one of those that I would like to add to my journal. You know, this would be absolutely beautiful. These pages here are just absolutely perfect for your journals. And just look at this, gorgeous. Find the 5 differences. I wouldn't do that. I would cut these out and, you know, just use them in my journal pages. This is absolutely beautiful here as well. What else have we got? You know, the little kitty cats. These would be great to use as belly bands. I wouldn't use them for their purpose, which is for paper art, to make something like this. But, you know, you don't have to use them as is suggested in the magazines necessarily. We could cut out this bow and a little cupcake. We've got all of these hearts as well that could be fussy cut out. This as well, the sunflower is beautiful. Again, you know, the cakes here and the butterflies. We could cut out this black and white image here. Just so many ways to use this beautiful magazine. And then we've just got some scrapbooking pages as well. Beautiful designs. My favourite so far is this one. And I think we're nearly at the end, and just look at the inside back cover. How gorgeous is that? Now, could I actually bring myself to do something other than use this as a journal cover? I don't know. It's crying out to be made into the most beautiful tag. Let's just have a brief chat as to where Daphne's Diary is published and how you can bag yourself a copy for the cheapest possible price. Daphne's Diary is published in the Netherlands. So for us here in the UK, if we go to Daphne's Diary website and try and purchase a copy direct, the postage is around £18, which is nearly 3 times as much as the value of the magazine, which is £6.99. So the cheapest option for us here in the UK is via a magazine provider called Unique Magazine. So if you go to www.uniquemagazines.co.uk, that is the cheapest option that I have found, as well as eBay. I've seen a couple of providers on eBay that are offering the magazine as well, so that's another option. For those of you who are based in Europe, then going to Daphne's Diary website might be the cheapest option for you. I don't know, it might even be cheaper for you to go to Unique Magazines as well, so you'll have to check that out. For my subscribers that are based in the US and Canada, there is a magazine provider called Express Mags, so www.expressmags.com. That is probably your cheapest option, although I do believe that the magazine is available in Barnes & Noble in the US. It used to be available here in the UK in our major supermarkets, WH Smith's and some of the smaller newsagents as well, but I haven't seen it since the pandemic, so I do believe that the only option for us is via eBay Unique Magazines or going to Daphne's Diary direct. So I hope that's helpful, and I will leave all of the information for you in the description box below. So let's see if we can put a couple of pages together. Now, I warn you, the first project that you're about to see is an older one because I recorded it a few days before this magazine arrived, and I've used elements from the Daphne's Diary paper box, and I do believe issue number 2. But, you know, we'll have a play around with this as well and see what we can come up with. Now, I'm going to start off with this piece of cardstock here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful on both sides, actually, but I'm decided I'm going to work with the orange side. I need something to cover up the centre though, because that is not doing it for me. Now, I think this may have come out of the Daphne's Diary box, although it could have come out of issue number 2, 2022 of the magazine. I'm not sure. But what I'm thinking is that I can cover it up with this piece of paper here, which colour-wise goes beautifully. So let's just measure what I need to cut this down to. So I need to cut it to 6.5 by, let's have a look, 4 3/4. So I'm just going to take this off to the paper trimmer. I do want to try and keep in these beautiful orange hearts. It's the largest page in the journal, so it's going to have to go on this page here. So let me just take that out. Height wise, I think if I trim off the border, that will be just about right, but I do need to take a slither off the edges. Let's put this page together. Now that fits absolutely perfectly and has covered up that background that I didn't want to see, so I'm really happy with that. I don't know whether you can tell as well, I've cut using my my craft knife just a little slit in the middle heart as well, because I found a poem that I want to use. Now the poem came from Daphne's Diary number 2, 2019, so one of the older magazines. That was the background that it was on, so I've cut that out. Now it makes reference here, the world is like a fairy tale, a true and wondrous paradise. I flutter with my little wings and fly us away, let's not think twice. I sweep up high amongst the clouds, and sometimes into a dive I plummet, because I have, or so it feels, 1,000 butterflies in my stomach. So I just thought a butterfly would be really appropriate to finish this page off. I could have put a bird, of course, but, you know, a butterfly just sits so much better. And, of course, I made the slit just so that I could tuck the poem underneath. So I'm just going to glue these elements down, and that will be my first page done. The elements are glued down, so I just need to glue this down onto my background base. I'm going to use art glitter glue for that, just because this is cardstock and I need something that's going to hold it in place. And as I've said, that's it. That's the first page done. What a pretty page too. So pretty now that it's back in the journal, and sits really well with the pages that I completed last week as well. I'd like to do something with this page here. Now, as I suspected, I've got 2 copies of that beautiful poster. So this one here was stuck in the middle of the binding, but let me just open this one out. It's just absolutely beautiful, and that would look absolutely gorgeous framed. And I have framed things like this in the past as well, but seeing as I've got 2 copies, yay, lucky me, I'm going to use this part of the poster here, and I want to use it on this page. So what am I going to do? It's this part I want to use here. Now I'm not sure whether I want to cut this down and use just this part here, or whether I want to incorporate the border. So what I will do is just measure it from here, just cut myself plenty of excess, just to give me some thinking space, and I'm just going to cut this part out here, and let's have a play. It's a shame because I know that I'm going to lose this part of the narcissi, but I just think it's going to look strange if I glue it on like this. So it's going to have to go here. So I'm going to glue this down. Maybe I can fussy cut the narcissi out and maybe do something with it. I don't know. We'll have a play around with that in a second. This is what this page looks like now that I've added that background. And I have been toying whether to cut out some of these flowers. Just absolutely beautiful. I could see one of these just going in the top right hand corner. Trouble is, I don't know whether I can bring myself to cut out a whole page just for this one flower, because that's my favourite page on the back, and I just don't know whether I can bring myself to do it. What I was thinking though, we've got one of these flowers on this party hat here, and there's nothing terribly exciting on the back, so I might cut this page out here and fussy cut maybe this flower or even the pink one. I don't know. I've also marked a couple of other pages with images that I thought would go quite well on this background. We've got this beautiful bronze heart, which I really love. I'm going to fussy cut that out. We also have, now what did I find? Oh, I just absolutely love this hanging eye. Just love that. I don't know why, I just do. It looks interesting. We've got this beautiful butterfly, which again, colour wise goes really well. So I'm going to fussy cut that out. And I also liked this farm fresh image here as well. So I'm going to cut these out and let's have a play around and see if we can pull some kind of a collage or you know, focal image together. Let's have a look and see what we can do to finish off this page. Now I cut out some of these little flowers. That one there just isn't doing it for me, but I think I might be able to pop this one down here like this. Tonally it goes really well. Everything else is really subdued. The flowers here are subdued, so I think that might work. I'm discounting the butterfly. That just doesn't work anywhere for me. Now I was hoping that I would be able to use this heart, but again, I just can't find a place for it. It doesn't look right there. So I have opted for the eye for insect. So I'm going to glue that on there. Now I know that I'm going to cover up this flower, and somebody is bound to comment saying, why don't I cut into this so that it overlaps? I'm not going to do that because it means that I'm cutting into this beautiful page here. So it's just going to have to go on top like this, and you know, so be it. So my flower there, as I've said, somewhere like that. And I've cut out these cute little cats as well, which I'm going to glue in the bottom left-hand corner. And that will be my finished page. I've also cut a quote as well, plant a garden of hope, which will just add some balance to the top left-hand corner. And I think that's all that page needs. Pop this back in the journal and see what it looks like. Now, have I got this the right way round? Oh my goodness me. Yes, I have. Thank goodness for that. I thought I'd put it on the wrong side there for a second. Breathe a sigh of relief, and I think that's really sweet. I think that's all that page needs. So what shall we do next? I'd also like to do something with this border trim here. I've got no idea what I'm going to pair with it. What I will do, let's have a look and see what's on the back of it. Nothing exciting. So let's cut this off to start with. I'm just going to fussy cut just around this to start off with. I'm not going to be too precise about it because this is just going to be too fiddly, but we'll just go around like so, just in a loose way. And as soon as I've done this, I'll be back. I've decided that I want my blue trim to go on this page here. I wanted something quite narrow for it to go on, so I am going to glue this on here, something like this. I've also got a page of text that I've cut out from one of the pages, and I really like how that looks. That adds a really nice background. And as a focal image, I really like the idea of using this beautiful cockerel. I'm going to have to forgo the December page here, but that's okay, seeing as we're only in April still. So I'm just going to carefully cut around this just so that I don't waste any of the other elements, and I'm just going to fussy cut this, and we'll see if we can piece something cohesive together. See, I fussy cut my cockerel out, so we just need to piece this page together. Now, because this is so narrow at this point here, I'm going to have to patch my page on the right hand side, otherwise I know that it's going to really bother me. I want to get rid of the Daphne's Diary page number at the bottom. So I have made myself a mark, as you can see, on the right hand side. Now, have I got that far enough over? I think I have. And I'm just going to use a piece of this beautiful washi tape, this heart washi tape on the right hand side, just to cover that remaining edge. So I'm just going to stick this down, and then we can decide what to do with our cockerel. How the background looks, and I absolutely love that. I have ended up wrapping some of the washi tape round onto the other side as well, just because I didn't want it too wide and covering up too much of that beautiful background. So I just need to glue my cockerel down. I've also got a quote, surrounded by nature, which came from one of the pages in the magazine. Whoops, everything's just blown away. And to mount that, because it looks a bit lost like that, I've got a piece of leftover cardstock. Now this is the same cardstock that I used for my spine, so as you know, I like that element of continuity, so it pulls out the yellow that's in the cockerel's tail as well. So I'm just going to glue that down and just keep that page really simple, as most of mine are. I like that page. I like the simplicity, and I think the colours are just absolutely beautiful. So let me just pop this back into the journal. So that goes there. That page goes next to this one here, and that's what that looks like. We're going to have to cover up the lilacs because they don't match, but that's okay. Let's have a look what it looks like on the other side as well, and that looks nice. I'm happy with that. Just got one more page that I want to add to my journal. This was a page I did about 3 or 4 weeks ago using watercolours. I'll leave the link to the video showing how I made this, but I've decided that colour wise I think it goes really well with the lilacs, so I'd like to add this, I think, to this page here. So let's just take this out of the journal and see how I want to add it. Now I want to keep as much of the stem as I can, so I think I'm going to start my page from the text here. I think the text is just so beautiful to use because it's such a lovely font, so I am going to play around with this. I can already see B. The paper is slightly translucent, so I'm going to need to trim it there and maybe about here as well. So I'm just going to take this off to the paper trimmer and then let's see what we can do with this page. It's just so beautiful, but can you believe it? I have inadvertently cut through my page where the fold is, trying to trim off the edges. Now, thankfully, this washi tape that I used earlier goes really well, so all I'm going to do is put a piece of this down the centre to repair it. That flower is now back in the journal. I absolutely love this page and I think it just goes so beautifully with the lilacs. Of course, I need to find something to complement it on these two pages here. Now, this is where you come in, yay or nay, to the butterfly. Of course, the butterfly goes absolutely beautifully with the cone of the flower, but is it overkill? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Well, I'm leaving the video here for today, but 4 more beautiful pages created in my journal, and I do hope you enjoyed the flip through as well. Another beautiful magazine. So if you enjoyed today's video, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, especially regarding this butterfly, yay or nay. But most importantly, thanks for watching. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.